Hi, I'm Joel Lima, editor of The Economy, and here with me I've got Ivonne Valdes, Global Vice President of Sales for Cloud and Service Provider Segment at Schneider Electric. Yvonne, thanks a lot for talking to me.
Thank you.
Your background is from HP, so you came from a converged and hyperconverged infrastructure sort of environment into Schneider. What have you brought with you into Schneider?
So what's interesting is, having spent the last 20 years of my career in the computer space, I've always been familiar with what's inside the rack, all the way from server, storage, network, operating system, database, application. So I have a good appreciation for the scalability that's required in a data center, the failover capacity, the disaster recovery, all the requirements that applications need. Having come to Schneider, it's a totally different world. It gives me a really true appreciation of the entire data center. So in the Schneider world, think about the grid to the plug. And then I've got the inside the rack, from the rack to the application.
The whole environment.
The whole environment.
Do you think, so based on your experience with disaster recovery, the database and everything else, and you move into Schneider, so you've got the two sides of the industry together, do you see a lack of skills on what you're doing today? So you got the skills, but you see other colleagues, not even just in Schneider, so in other competitors as well. Do you see there's a lack of understanding of people working in this industry sometimes, that they don't have both sides of the industry, and that's where things sometimes go wrong?
I think it's not so much the skills as a lack of appreciation. It's living in somebody else's shoes.
Okay.
So when I came to Schneider, I had always gone to customers' data centers, but I'd always been on the white space of the floor. When I came to Schneider, touring the gray side, or where you've got the switch gear, where you have the generators, the UPSs, it was looking at the customer's environment and the customer's world through a different set of glasses. And I think all of us in the industry, could really benefit from appreciating each other's life, a day in the life.
So you think there should be more collaboration?
I think there should be,
competitors?
yes, I think there should be collaboration, but also I think we should inform the folks that are actually working in the gray space what actually happens in the white space, and vice versa. We take each other for granted.
And do you see that transformation happening now?
I think we're on a journey. We're starting to build the runway, and as a matter of fact, today during the keynote, we talked about talent, right? The shortage of talent, the shortage of skills, and what we're finding is that the people that are very successful in this space are people that like to learn, and they don't believe that they have all the answers, right? I think that's critical.
This actually comes in line with Christian Bailey said from Microsoft and the infrastructure masons. Learn from the learners, not from the knowers.
Yes.
So you think some people in the industry think they know too much?
Yes. Unfortunately, if you have been in this industry for a few decades, you might believe that you know everything there is to know, that you may know the best architecture for a data center. Well, people have been, things have changed quite a bit, and you have to embrace the new ideas. You know, in the application side, now the big buzzword is DevOps. And so how do we look at hybrid? How do we look at virtual data? Virtualization didn't exist 30 years ago. So you have to embrace all the new technologies.
And then actually there's something that Schneider is very focused on, is evolving into the cloud thing, into the artificial intelligence space as well. So you're bringing a lot of new technologies. So when it comes to a cloud provider, and especially the big ones, the big cloud providers, what do they have to get from Schneider? What do they get from Schneider, sorry?
So any of our large customers, actually any of our strategic customers, when you think about the journey with Schneider, what's wonderful about Schneider is that we can be your full holistic supplier. So we can help you, we can get involved with you in the early days of your designs, so that we can help you build a resilient, more scalable data center with a repeatable process that's cost effective and gives you speed of time to market. And so if you think about Schneider, we do everything from the switchgear, the UPSs, all the product side. But what a lot of people don't realize is our heavy investment in software and connectivity.
So you're not trying to bring that together.
And what we've done, I think we've done a very nice job this year of bringing it together so that you can collect the data, do predictive analytics, be the trusted advisor for the predictive analytics on your systems.
And as you embark on that journey on bringing the predictive analytics side of the business and bringing the software and everything together, Can we expect a Schneider Electric cloud? Or are you going to keep that separate?
No, you won't see a Schneider Electric cloud.
That'll be quite an interesting thing, though.
That would be very interesting. But no, we actually, I'd like to think that we power the cloud.
Okay.
So we're behind many of the large cloud
So
providers.
you prefer to stay in the background and...
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
What we want to do is we want to give them agility, flexibility, and adaptability so that they can grow as they need to and not to have to spend resources or money on areas that are not their core competency. The other area where we're actually investing quite a bit is in managed critical facilities. So we've actually partnered with some of our large clients to do critical facility management for them. And that's really interesting because as cloud providers go into different countries or cities where they may not have staff to staff those data centers, we can actually come in as a partner and either...
So outsource.
Correct.
Okay.
And when I think of more of a partnership versus an outsource because what we do is we could do interim operation management. So we can come in and train your staff. We could stay arm in arm with them for the 2 months, 3 months. You want us to stay longer, we can stay longer. And we can actually transition a knowledgeable staff back to you.
And then when you speak to your customers worldwide, because your world is global, and even when you speak to your team around the world, what are the critical pain points that they are pointing out to you? What are the challenges they are facing today, the barriers to adoption? What sort of things are they asking for, even on an infrastructure perspective? What's missing today that people want, customers want?
That's a fantastic question. So top of mind is speed to market.
Okay.
I want to build it faster. I want it resilient. And by the way, is there a way that I can build a building block formula of a data center that I can take and repeat it 20 times around the globe? And they want pieces, maybe it's an 80-20 rule. So 80% of the data center stays the same, and 20% there's a variable.
Okay, so one last question. How is Schneider preparing to deliver those demands to the customers?
That's a fantastic question. So we can engage with customers we'd like to engage very early in the process. Before the customers actually selected a site, we can actually help our customers do site selection. And from there, we can actually work on optimizing their design criteria. And we look at different pain points. So what are the critical factors that are important to you if you were building a data center? Is it cost? Is it efficiency? Is it time to market? What are the things and what are the barriers that you have?
But is there any segment that Schneider is not in today, that Schneider should be in today?
So we actually have, by the way, thank you for that question, because we're actually in multiple segments. We're in food and beverage, oil and gas, mining mineral, hotel industry.
That one that you're missing?
That one that we're missing. I think there's a convergence that's happening right now, maybe in the healthcare business, where the healthcare is actually coming to our cloud providers. And they're going to be a customer as a result of being outsourced to the cloud providers.
Have you seen any business coming to you from the healthcare side? Have you seen any revenues coming in, or just the interests? Have you seen anything coming into Schneider?
Not to us directly, to our customers. To our customers.
But you are planning something around the healthcare space, or you're just going to keep serving the customer, the cloud providers?
No, our customers are the cloud providers, or at least my segment are the cloud providers. Now, what the demands that are coming to them from these customers is that today technology exists, FDA grade, healthcare technology, that actually all the information will sit on a cloud.
Okay. And then to quickly finish, 3 very quick predictions for the industry in the next 12 months, starting now.
The growth will continue. We have to care about our planet, so efficiency is critical. And I also believe that the third element is the people. Okay. So how do we prepare our people? How do we attract, retain the top talent?
Okay, Ivonne, thanks a lot for talking to me.
Thank you.
Don't forget you can follow Data Economy on Twitter, Facebook and LinkedIn, and also visit the website on www.data-economy.com.